All right, so we finished up. Pat and I shot 69 as a doubles team. So we were 3 under. Randy and Paul shot 66 against us, but they beat us. They played really well, made some great recovery shots. We actually were hitting great drives and hitting the greens. We just didn't leave ourselves with some makeable birdie putts, but I don't know. Plus it's wet and the greens were running a lot slower than we're used to. So now we're over at the South Course. We're setting up some food because we're going to try to eat a little something before we head out for our singles matches. So as I'm walking up here to set up the crock pots, I see this. Right there. Thing scared the hell out of me. It's fake, I hope. Okay, so for the South Course, I won't lie to you, the Browns game was on at that point, so I was streaming that on my phone and watching it, so I have no video from from the South Course. But as I had mentioned, the South Course was our individual play, so it was me against Randy. Randy is giving me 6 strokes. His handicap is a 3, and I was a 9. Our first hole, it's a par 5, plays about 500 yards uphill, and we wound up both parring that hole, so we pushed there. Second hole is a dogleg right, little shorter hole, about 320 to 340. I was surprised Randy hit driver, and he blocked his shot to the right, actually over to, I think that would be the 5th tee hole box, and he went out of play. I hit my my fairway wood, and even sometimes that's too much, because driver goes through the fairway, the green is to the right. You could try to cut the hole, but you could get into danger with trees and the tee box like Randy did. So anyways, I hit a great fairway wood, hit up close, wound up parring the hole. And again, a little conservative putt because I didn't want to do anything like 3-putt. So lagged it close, tapped in for my par. I was up there. Next hole's a par 3. A sand trap to the right. The river comes along the right side. There's another trap down left. The green all tilts left. It's a little eye deceiving because it's almost like you want to hit a fade in there because you think if you get too far left, it's going to go off the green. But actually, it'll stay there, and that's what I did. I hit my ball up onto the green, 2-putted for my par. Randy, if I recollect, I think he bogeyed that hole, so I was actually up 2. The 4th hole is a drivable par 4, and of course, Randy went for it and crushed it up there. I tried to hit my driver as well, but I sort of blocked it to the right. Wound up getting close to the green, chipping up and parring. Randy also parred, so still up 2. The 5th hole is a par 5 dogleg left, my nemesis. But I decided to hit my fairway wood because I draw that, so I tried to play that, and I actually heeled the shot and barely stayed in play. But I left myself too close to the tree, so I had to punch up. And I started to go south after that. I chunked my next shot. I left myself a great shot into the green. I just chunked it. Needless to say, I bogeyed that hole. Randy, I think he birdied it, so he got a hole back on me there. Number 6, we wound up par 4, pulled my shot a little bit, got in a little trouble, had to chip out, wound up flying the green on my next shot. I think I double bogeyed that hole. I don't know what I was doing, but Randy got another one on me there. I recuperated on the par 3 7th hole. That's all carry over the water, slopes back down to the green pretty sharp, so you're actually, if you're short, there's a chance your ball could spin back and go into the water, but if you're long, you leave yourself with a tricky downhill putt. But I made sure I had enough club. I got behind the hole, lagged it close, and tapped in for my par. Randy parred as well. Another par 4 kind of going up the hill and around to the left. Hit a nice drive for me. little bit left though. Wound up having to punch under some trees. I got up to the green, chipped up close, and parred. Randy actually birdied though. He just bazookaed his drive out there, left himself something closer. He actually got up on me by one. And the ninth hole, tight landing area. You got to thread. There's like a river, but then there's the fairway goes over it. So, but if you can drive over there, you leave yourself a nice shot. And I pulled my shot left, just short of the river. Had a good shot into the green. If I recollect, Randy had a par on that hole. So we actually finished the ninth hole. We were just about square with giving me some holes and stuff. The 10th hole was kind of where things unraveled on me, and I kind of let the fact that he outdrove me by, I smoked my drive. It's about all I got anymore on the 10th hole, and that's a par 5. It goes downhill, you catch part of that river, then it starts going uphill to the green. And I split the fairway, beautiful. I know I hit that over 300, but Randy, I swear, outdrove me by 50 yards, and that was kind of deflating. I'm hitting a fairway wood into the green, and I have a little bit of an uphill stance. I caught it pretty good. I just didn't get to the green. I thought I could get there, and it just, I caught it okay, but I probably hit it more off the heel. He's hitting iron in. He hits it up close, chips up, gets his birdie. I chip up, miss my birdie, and so he's up on me there. Then we get to the 11th hole. Again, I pulled my drive into the trees left, but I had a shot to the green. Flew the green to the right. Randy got me there too. 12th hole, par 3, plays about 135. That's my solid wedge. I hit a great shot in. Actually just got onto the back fringe. Got up and down for my par. Randy parred that too. 13th hole was kind of where everything unraveled for me there. It's a par 4 going up the hill, very tight fairway. Can't hit driver there. Debated whether to hit my fairway wood. Instead, I pulled out my hybrid, and I promptly hooked that out of bounds left. And, so Randy hit probably an iron or something. He got his par. I wound up doubling with my penalty. 13th hole, that was unlucky for me. 14th hole is a shorter par 5, kind of dog legs left. You can try to draw a driver around there and then maybe get up. I've been on that green with a driver iron before, and I thought I could try it. I'd have to do that because I figured that he would, but again, I didn't hit my drive real well. I sort of blocked it to the right, had a shot into the green, didn't get there. I got my par. Randy won that hole. I'm pretty sure he birdied that. 15, another par 3 going down the hill. Can play a little shorter than the yardage, and you have to be careful because it drops off toward the river on the back. So if you get too deep, you're gone. I hit since it was downhill, but the tee I had it at 155. I still hit my 9-iron even though it was downhill because there was some wind, and I was actually just to the right of the green, chipped up close, got my par. Randy parred that too. Went to 16. I mean, pretty much at that point the match was over. I mean, he had me beat, and I was just trying to finish. I'll admit I got a little tired at the end because I started hitting some shots that were just not real good. Par number 16 is just a straightaway par 4, and I don't even think I hit my drive. I mean, it's just right in front of you, and I didn't hit it very well. I think I caught some trees, and then I had to punch out, and it was like at that point my mind was about done. Same thing with 17, pretty much straightaway par 4. There have been times I've driven that green too, and I hit my driver. There's a pond to the right, a big spruce tree. There's the greens to the left. I thought, well, I'll try to get there, and I hit it pretty good, but Randy was also up there too, so we both hit the green, 2-putted for our pars. And then 18, I knew I had lost, and that hole was just, I don't even think I blocked my shot to the right and trying to hit out. I think I I might have bogeyed that hole, but by all intents and purposes, it was over with. So, but that's kind of a summary of our Ryder Cup. Fortunately, as Pat was playing with me, he got up on Paul quite a bit. I would say by 4 or 5 holes. But as Paul is apt to do, he started coming back on Pat, and actually it came down for their match to the last hole, and Pat had to make his putt, which wasn't an easy one. It was probably a 15-some footer, and it was I tried to help him on the line a little, and I just said, well, just go for it and make sure you hit it firm, and he did. He made a great putt, and thanks to him making that, he beat Paul, and then we split our match. The rest of our guys, it came down to the wire as our guys were up on. So, but all in all, very fun event. It's tough to do it all in a day because, like, I have to admit, I kind of got a little tired. I'm not a spring chicken anymore, so not as young as I used to be. But anyway, that's a summary of that, and thanks for watching.